Roseville was rated one of the top cities in the country to live in, and it's also become quite a popular destination when it comes to retirees. As a real estate agent, I've been helping people relocate to this city for over a decade. Now, I could say that the majority of these retirees are coming from cities like San Jose, San Francisco, LA, Orange County, and areas within California. However, it might surprise you to know that they're moving from other cities as well. Cities in Florida, cities even in Texas, coming back into California, specifically to Roseville. So what I would love to do for you over the next few minutes is just explain to you why Roseville has become such a popular destination for retirees. Now, one of the biggest factors for why Roseville has become such a popular destination for retirees is the cost of living, especially when we're talking about these high cost of living areas like the Silicon Valley and Los Angeles and Seattle and New York and some of these big ticket areas that we are seeing people travel from. The most common city that we're seeing people travel from is San Jose. So for the sake of this video, I'm gonna compare the cost of living from Roseville to San Jose. On average, San Jose is approximately 65% more expensive than Roseville. One of the big factors that contributes to that is clearly the housing. And I think that's my field of expertise and the most common conversation that I have with people, so I can speak to this just from firsthand experience. But the data shows that housing is actually 115% more expensive in San Jose in comparison to Roseville. So for example, the median sales price as of the time of making this video in San Jose was about $1,184,000. And in comparison, in Roseville, the median sales price is $600,000. Now, thanks to opportunities like Proposition 19, which allows a senior to transfer their tax bases, retirees are able to sell their property in San Jose, maintain a relatively low tax base, and move to Roseville and save a significant amount of money. I'm no financial expert. Definitely consult with your advisor and tax specialist, but by simple math, if you were to sell the median size home in San Jose for $1.1 million, buy the median priced home here in Roseville for $600,000, that gives you a $500,000 equity amount that you can either use to save, invest, maybe even just put it into a CD or a money market right now that's gaining 5% through most banks. So if you go down that route, and let's say you sell your home and you net that money and you do put it into a savings account, you're getting 5% on your money each year, you're going to profit $25,000 a year simply by selling your home in San Jose, buying a home here in Roseville, and putting it into a money market that produces 5% in income. So beyond just the lower cost of living, there's also a significant upside when it comes to actually improving your overall financial status and wealth. The other reason that Roseville is an attractive option for retirees is the convenience of getting around. Transportation is just not as congested as it is in some of these other bigger cities. In Roseville, it is a growing city. I'm a young guy, and even I can say that I remember when Roseville was mostly just field, and it only took about 5 minutes to get from one side of town to the other. That has changed, but even still, it really only takes about 15 minutes to get from one side of town to the other. If you are unable to get yourself from one side of town to the other, there are several transportation options here in Placer County and specifically in Roseville that you can leverage, which makes this a great city to live in as you step into these later years of life where maybe you are unable to get yourself around. We have services like Access in Motion, which is a family-owned service that provides non-emergency medical transportation for seniors. There's Go South Placer, which is a service available here in Placer County that you can leverage. This operates similar to like a rideshare service. They even have a little app that you can use to schedule your transportation. And then there's another service nearby that's called Health Express by Seniors First. And this is again a non-medical emergency transportation system specifically geared towards seniors that need help because they're either disabled or just physically unable to get themselves around. Now, aside from that, if you're physically capable and able, like I mentioned before, having the ability to get from one side of town to the other in a reasonably short amount of time is key. Not to mention, from most neighborhoods, you can get to the hospital within about 10 minutes. You can get to golf courses, you can get to several different restaurants, you can get to shopping, really everything that you would possibly need to live and maintain a happy, healthy, fulfilling life in terms of amenities and services, you can get to within 10 minutes time. Now let's get into what it means to live a happy, healthy, fulfilling life when it comes to hobbies. Now there are several different communities for active adults, and I've done another video about all the different 55 plus active adult communities that exist here in Roseville. So go check that out when you get a moment. But some of the most common things that retirees enjoy in this area are the clubs. There's pickleball clubs with pickleball courts growing daily, it feels like, but for sure underway right now are two major pickleball attractions here in Roseville. But there's also clubs that are offered through like Sun City, Del Webb, and Heritage by Lennar, and some of these other 55 plus adult communities. And a common activity for retirees is golf. It's also a common activity for me. But here within Roseville, there are 6 different golf courses that you can choose from. Now, 5 of these are public courses, 1 of them is private, but you have 5 public courses to choose from. I've done several videos on the golf courses. In fact, I've done a breakdown of each golf course that you can check out on my YouTube channel. But just know that within Roseville itself, there are 5 public and 1 private course that you can choose from to go play golf. Beyond that, there's 3 movie theaters, there's a ton of entertainment. Roseville Galleria Mall is here, which is fantastic, by the way, not just for shopping, but it's become a popular destination for walking. Dozens of mature adults are gathering at Galleria Mall to walk the mall in a safe, comfortable, and really aesthetically pleasing environment. Another reason people are attracted to Roseville is the safety of it. Now, I've been a Roseville resident my entire life. My mom lives here, my dad lives here, my grandparents live here, and we all feel a general sense of safety and well-being. And there's some articles on websites like Neighborhood Scout and Area Vibe that show the data that Roseville is actually 12% better in terms of average crime score than the average city in America. On top of that, it's 56% better when it comes to things like violent crimes. So, upon living in this city, you can rest assured that you will be living in a city that is much safer than the average American city. Another factor is you are not alone. There are people that have been moving to Roseville for a long time now and have been populating Roseville as a retirement destination. In fact, a recent study of mine showed that nearly 50% of Roseville's population, Roseville's homeowners, are older than 55 years old. So when it comes to being in a city where you're surrounded by similar aged individuals, you'll feel right at home in Roseville. And last but certainly not least, and I did mention this earlier in the video, but there are a lot of housing options available. I did a full video on all the different communities that exist here in Roseville, so please go check that out. But the summary of it is there are thousands of properties available for active adult communities. Now, if you find yourself wondering what would it be like for me to live here in Roseville, for you to live here in Roseville rather, then reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you, share some insights, get an understanding for what your life is like or what you'd want it to be. I'm Geoff Goolsby from the Goolsby Group. I'm a born and raised Roseville guy, and I've helped hundreds of people move into this city, and I would be honored to have that discussion with you as well. Thanks for watching my video. Feel free to check out my other videos that I've done here, and please give me a call if you plan on making a move to this area.